Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Monique's Jewels. I hope you all have subscribed. I hope you will give me a great big thumbs up as you come in the door to watch my newest video. If you forget, you can do it on the way out. It just really helps my channel get like subscriptions. People will be able to see it easier when they, when you go into the search bar and you search for things. There's algorithms kind of like with Facebook, and certain things help the algorithm on your channel, and one of them is likes. So I was kind of disappointed. My last video only had 10 likes and I had like 71 views yesterday. I was thinking, okay, but it's okay because see, I do the same thing, so I'm not gonna get too freaked out about it. I just want to give a reminder and a shout out to everybody that has subscribed and does, do the thumbs up for me. That's wonderful. I think people don't realize how important it is, especially someone trying to grow their channel. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I kind of fluctuate between 800, what is it? I wish 800. 484 and 485. It keeps going back and forth. I'm trying to get up to 500 to do another giveaway. I have about 3 or 4 different things I'm thinking about giving away, so I might do 2 giveaways that day. Who knows? But anyway, this will be the third part of my sterling. I'm just so thankful for what you guys have brought to the table, how you guys have emailed me and told me about how you enjoy the jewelry and the video. And I have created a few sales, which is fabulous. So let's go on from there and finish this up. If for some reason it takes too long, you know what I mean? If it's over an hour, I don't think it will be. I'm just going to try to get through this quickly. So, because there's a whole bunch of necklaces. So, and I didn't notice it until I picked up this bag and there was about 10 under it. Yeah. So I was going too slow yesterday. So what I'm going to do is start laying these out. This is another one like the one I had yesterday. It was a flower. And this is actually sterling. It's just an older piece. It has a sterling snake with a lobster, an old style lobster 925. This has the group of flowers. The other one just had one large flower. It did fluoresce as amber does. I think this one does too. Yes. So it's so hard to get you to see it. There. Okay, so here's another one. And I'm going to put, I think I'll put 15 on that one, just because it's a beautiful vintage piece. These are, you don't see these too much anymore. Isn't that pretty? I'll give it to you up close there. And for all I know, they're dried flowers, but it doesn't matter. They are just cute as a button. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So we'll put 15 on that. This one, I think, is exactly 15 inches. Okay, so 15-inch necklace. It is amber. It does fluoresce. It has little flowers, and it's $15. Okay, next we have this little lady. She this is wild. It's LC on one side, and on the other side is, I don't know if it says sterling or, yeah, it was pretty cool. No, it just says 925. So I'll try to show it to you real quick here. So we have LC, as in Liz Claiborne. There we go. And we have 925 on the back. So we do know that the clasp, and I'm positive, I think I did test this, like the liquid silver is 925, and you have real pearls, little bitty darling. Kind of the peacock colored seed pearls, a bluish and a purplish, and then this beautiful little blush color. And it is so pretty. And that, you know how that looks tarnished? That would, all you'd have to do is just wipe it with a cleaning cloth, and that would be real white. You know, real silvery white. Okay, this is 15 inches, almost 16. So this is a nice size. This is pretty. This could be layered, but this would be so pretty up under something. It's gorgeous. Okay, and we'll put that over there. And let's put 14 on this one, just because it is LC, it is Royal Pearls and sterling. And all of these pieces are sterling. So you can't see that. Let's see here. There we go. I'll try to do like a group at a time. There we go. Okay. Next we have, oh, this is the cutest piece. We have 925 up here. I think it's an older piece, and it is that kind of, I don't know if it's plasticky resin, but we have this pretty sterling silver pendant on here. I just think it's cute. And it closes, it just clasps on. So this is more or less an enhancer. I'm pretty sure that this could go over something else also, not just this. This would go on any chain, anything. And it says Thailand 925. So I just thought it was really pretty. I love this. And it is 925. It's marked. And I tested it. Okay, it is right at almost 16 inches. It's about 15 and a little over 3/4. It's just a fun piece, so I'm going to put 12 on it. It's a nice hunk of sterling though, guys. I should go higher, but I'm not. But that is too cute. And if you had a ring, like a spoon ring or fork, I want to find somebody to make me some forks. Those daggone bracelets are so cool because they can twirl them out and put stones on them. They're just so cool. Okay, next, let's do another toggle. This is the one that is very different. This has a tag that says ER. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, an E and an R in a like a diamond shaped square. This is marked 925. The toggle is beautiful. It has cabochons on each end that look like, they're almost, to me they look like garnets, but they're pinker. So I don't know, but it's beautiful. This is a beautiful, just the toggle itself is pretty. Then you come down, you have the chain here is sterling, and these pieces here are sterling. You have these little baguettes that go down, and it is so pretty. It is a little over 16 inches. See if I can show you the 925 on the toggle. That's right here. It's right here. I think that actually says, what's that say? Sterling? It says something. It says, oh, 925 Thailand. That's interesting. Okay, where does it say here? No. I don't see anything on the toggle, but I'm sure they're a set. Yeah, that's a little, almost looks like a stone cabochon there. Like a precious stone. I'll show you the tip of it. Yeah, this is really, really pretty. So I'm going to put 15 on this one. I have actually worn this a couple times as a layering piece and put a longer chain with a little pendant that was pink. think it was a pink heart or something, and I got so many compliments on it, but it really looks nice on. So you could actually wear this with the toggle down, which would be so cool because it's so pretty and it's ornate too. Isn't that pretty? So you could wear it like that with the ER and the toggle down, or you could, of course, wear it like this. So, very, very pretty. Okay, is there another one here? Yes. Okay, there is another one, and it is very unusual. It has a toggle. It is $9.25 is on the toggle ring, and I think it's also on the toggle itself. It's just a very odd design. I can't figure out what the design is. It's really pretty though. I'm still looking, guys, sorry. But yes, this is $9.25. I think all of the metal is $9.25. And this is a flower and something that looks kind of like a wave, but I can't tell. And the back is marked $9.25, and there's this very strange cartouche. I mean, it's weird. It's like a circle line and a half circle. I don't know. Yeah, you can almost see it. Look at that. Isn't that wild? That's the cartouche, and then that down at the bottom says $9.25, but the cartouche is right there. And it is like, what is it? It is, it's like a line, a circle, and then a line, and then a half circle. I don't know. That is so weird. But this is, it's pretty because the beads I do believe are glass. They look like smoky quartz. Look at that. This is, that is it. I am not sure what that is, but I thought it was awfully cool. And then you've got the smoky quartz. It's kind of made like a rosary style. These glass beads are nice and heavy. This is not heavy, but it's just very well made, not cheaply made. And it is exactly 16 inches with the drop. It is just a little over 18. That's so pretty. So I'm gonna put, let's put 13 on this. Lucky number 13, just because. But I think it's pretty cool. Can you guys see it? Yeah. It's just abstract, you know, but it's an older piece. The toggle is cool. Just something different. Okay, we have a pretty little yellow crystal. It is emerald, like an emerald cut. This says something W925. And there's, I don't know, W and a circle. This is really, really pretty. It has little crystals, and it's a beautiful lemony yellow stone. It's kind of lightweight and pretty. $9.25 on the lobster, $9.25 on the tag. $9.25. Is that a C? No, it looks like an O and a W, and looks like the world. What in the world? $9.25 OW. I'll show you the tag here. It says $9.25 OW. Sorry about the glare. Has a very nice lobster on here. So the chain is $9.25, and this is the pretty little pendant. Isn't this pretty? And it has about, the drop is about 3/4 of an inch, so it's dainty enough, but it sure is pretty. It is approximately right at 18 inches, and with the drop is about 19, a little over 19, but it's so pretty. I have no idea what the stones are. I have a feeling it's CZ and just a little piece of glass. But then we've been surprised before. I have no idea what the yellow stone is, but it's gorgeous. Very well cut. And I like this chain because it's a light silver color, 925. And it goes very well with the rhinestones and the yellow. So let's put 12 on this one. I'll show you what happened. Okay, remember the blue set that I had yesterday? Well, I had a friend that wanted it, and she's like, take some up-close pictures. And I did, and I saw where it looked funny. It looked like the setting in here was dirty or, I don't, corroded or something. So I went and took a Q-tip and went to clean behind the stone, and the stone popped out. So what I'll do next time I go to the jeweler, I will ask to look at this stone. If it is a genuine gem, I will pay to have it put back in here. If not, I won't. I even tried. So what happened was there was glue, and the glue must have been dissolved before I got it, or something happened. And the minute, because it goes on top kind of like this, so the minute I took that little tiny, I actually pulled out the cotton, dipped it in some water just to see what would happen. The minute I pushed it down in there, it was done. I was so upset. But you know, it's okay. That's what happens. That way I can tell if this is a real stone or not. I know it's, you know, it sounds like glass. I don't know. I just don't know. I have a feeling it's not. But it sure is pretty, isn't it? Maybe I could wrap it. Do some of my wrapping. I haven't done any jewel wrapping in a long time. Okay, so those are done, and it looks like there's one more that's very pretty. And I think I've showed this before. This is another toggle. This has real pearl and what I think is amethyst beads that are very pretty. The pearls are kind of that peacocky, purplish, iridescent color. The toggle has, oh, that's the ring. Hold on. Usually the toggle's marked, the ring's not, or the other way around. The toggle is getting on my nerves. Maybe it's not marked. Could have sworn it was. Okay, but anyway, I'll show you. It needs cleaned. It's tarnished. It is definitely sterling. I'll show it to you. And then these are the stones, or the beads and the pearls, real pearls. And since this is just kind of a knotted thread type of material, I don't think it's metal wire. I think it's actual thread. I can actually feel the texture with my fingernail right there. Since it's a little thinner, and it is approximately 15 inches, let's do $10 on this one. It's awfully pretty. I think someone would really like it. That's kind of showing the back of the pearls. There we go. They're really pretty. Yeah, they really are. There they go. See? That is pretty. Okay, so we'll do 10 on that one just because it is a very small amount of sterling. But the pearls and the little amethyst beads I think are just so sweet. Okay. Let's move these out of the way. These are all really, really sweet. And like I always told you guys, I would never sell you something I wouldn't like or wouldn't wear. I'm just not going to do it. Okay, we have a piece that I had and got back somehow. But I don't know what happened. This is like the earrings that are far-fetched. They actually are the wine and the wine glass earrings. This is another far-fetched piece. And each one of these tiles, it's kind of like an abstract piece. Each one of these tiles has a letter. But each one of these tiles is sterling silver with copper on the back. You can actually buy these tiles. I'll take far-fetched. And I think on eBay, you can get them for $2 or $3 a piece. But they're a lot more if you get them from other places. So, even if they were $1 a piece, look how many tiles there are. Then, it's not counting the art glass that's on here. So, I'll show you the art glass. There's that one. There's this. There's that. There's that little polka dot. There's this one, pretty orange. There's a clear one. This is my favorite. I love this bead. I don't know why. I love that bead. And then we have another lamp work. Then we have another frosty one. Isn't that pretty? These are all art glass, you know, like glass, artsy glass. Then we have that one. Pretty. Oh, this blue one is so pretty. Then we have this one. It's kind of cool. Then we have a green. Like a little green balloon. Then we have one of the small ones again. Then we have this like sea glass, a frosty one. Then we have, this is another one of my favorites, the orange stripe. Then this one is very pretty. And then you have a real pretty orange. And we have this AB blue, very shiny. And another orange, and I think we're done. Yeah, I think I've been all the way through. So, this thing is very cool. There are approximately, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, probably 22 of the letters. They're all different letters. There's A, there's Z, there's U, there's I, there's Y. So if nothing else, there's an E. Even if you just had the tags, these little pieces here, there's 20 of them at least, so that's $20. And if they're going for $2, that's $40. So, you know, it is sterling. These little letters are sterling. And I just think it's a beautiful little whimsical piece. So I'm going to put 20 on it. And if nobody wants it, I'll keep it. But yeah, it's got some of my favorite beads on here. It's just darling. And it is long enough to where you could double this one. This is 24, 4 and 10. So this is about 48, 46. It's about 44 inches total. So you would want to probably double it. If you double it, you've got 21, almost 22 inches. So it's about 45, 44. I was right, guys. So we'll do $20, and it's called Far-Fetched. And you can actually put it in and look for these little, what are they called? They're little letters. Just put in Far-Fetched letter charms, and it'll show you. So wonderful. I think I put those back on the tray, but that's okay. I don't think I'll get them mixed up. Okay, I have a piece That is Judith Ripka. I had it in a real nice box, but it's over there. Not a Judith Ripka box, I wish. This is a magnet. This is sterling 925 with CZ or the Monique, I'm not sure which, but it's a QVC. She was very famous for her jewelry on QVC. And you know, I'm not sure if she's still alive, but I know she was still alive in like 2018 or 19. So, and she was based out of Florida. Was where she lived. But this is just beautiful. I know that I tried to sell this once before, and there is one like it on eBay for nothing. Okay. I know that this sterling heart, there's a pendant that's very similar to this, and it's on eBay for, I think, $35. So I'm not selling this for $20, even though you can pull it up on eBay and see one seller that's selling this for $20. So with the Judith Ripka name, and it is right here on this area here, it says where it was made and everything, and who it was made by, which is Judith Ripka. The CZ, let me see, I'll read it to you. It says 925 CZ Judith Ripka, Thailand. Okay. So I'm going to put 30 on it, and that's about as cheap as you're going to find it, except for that one that's on eBay. I do not price off of eBay. I just don't. So if anyone's interested, they know what to do. Email me at moniquesjewels2@gmail.com. Give me a timestamp. If you guys do a screenshot, that's wonderful, but I also need a timestamp. So if you do a timestamp, you guys don't need to do a screenshot. That's not necessary. And I can go back, put the timestamp. I just go across real quick, go to that timestamp. I'll know the price if I didn't remember it, and everything's great. Okay, so this one's 30. I'll give you a measurement on it. It's just a really nice piece. And for someone to sell it for 20 kind of bothers me, but it's okay. This is exactly 7.5. And like I said, all you have to do is put it like that, and the magnet clicks. It's very, very pretty. Okay? Alrighty. Now, I'm going to push this back. Those are the ones we've seen. So now, here we go. We've got another group. I'll start with these. Some of these are very unusual. Okay. And it does take a little longer with sterling because you read what it says. You know, you can't just say, this is sterling. You need to, you know what you're selling. So we have quite a few pieces here, and I'll try to get through them quickly. These are beautiful. I do have 2 anklets over here that I think I'll sell just because they might be a nice present for Christmas for someone. But let's go to here first. First of all, we have a snake chain with a beautiful Egyptian style, like caricature or whatever you want to, hieroglyphs or whatever it is that you would call those. It is etched to where the dark color shows through. I would polish this with a cloth. I would not put this into water. I mean, into a, oh, I remember this. This is probably Arabic, and it is actually Arabic letters on the back. So this one's pretty cool because this doesn't say sterling or 925. It actually has Arabic lettering up here in this corner, and it's very small, but I already tested it. The necklace itself is definitely 925. It is a snake. It's in great shape. And this one says 8. What is that? 8 something. Huh, this is very unusual. Hold on. This is a spring ring. That does say 925 on the spring ring, but I'm trying to see what it says. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that one says 925. What's that say? The baby's back there just screaming. In a good way, not a bad way. I don't know what that says. It does say something, but it is 925. So, let's see, the measurement on this one is 18 inches. And I'm going to put 20 on it. I just think it's just extra cool. Okay? So we've got that one there. The next one is a beautiful onyx. And the little hammered, not hammered, daggone it. The little decorated pieces on the edges of this, making it into a cross or a star, whatever you might want to call it. It's very pretty. It's very unusual. And on the back, it is not open on the back. I don't see anything written on the back of this one. I think it's pretty old. It's, what's it say? The bail says 925. What does that say? Mexico. So this is a Mexican sterling piece. It says it right up here. It's very nice. It's heavier. Like I said, it's not open work in the back, so it's a big hunk. It is beautiful. It's really pretty. This is 925. It's a box chain. Box chains are nice because they're very strong. Yeah, they're both 925. The chain and the spring ring. This is a little under 18 inches, but not much. Not much. Okay. So on this one, I think I'll do 18. I'm doing 20 on that one just because it's so intricate. Okay, this is the double dolphin. Very pretty. Solid sterling. It is not hollow, but it is carved out, as you can see. Let me see what this says. This is, oh boy. It's that stinking $sign with the line through it again. I know what it is, because I just talked about it like a week ago. This says sterling. This is an older piece, guys. The SI, if I remember, the S with the line, is a manufacturing company that was back in the 40s. All the way up into, I think, the 70s or 80s. I'll have to look it back up again. But this is a beautiful piece. This box chain is even a little bit thicker than this one. Let you look at it again. The SI and everything is on the back. Right around the mouth part. It says sterling. It's written out in cursive. You know, it's written out. It's not just stamped. I mean, you know what I mean. So this is almost 18 inches. Okay, and this is really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put 16 on this one. I'm hoping somebody will like it. I love it. I think it's really, really pretty. And this will clean up. This could go in cleaner. Like put it in cleaner for just a very short time. Take it out, dry it off, wipe it off with a towel, you know, paper towel. Let it dry and then use a polishing cloth on it. And I think it'll be just gorgeous. This says SR. I have never looked at this one, I don't think. It says SR on the back of the bail. 925. This has what I do believe are rubies. Probably simulated. They are very pink, so they might be real. They're kind of cloudy. They might be real. I don't know. This might be an older piece. I'll show it to you up close. So what we have is a 925 pendant with whatever kind of pinkish red stone this is. Could be a ruby, could be a simulated ruby, it could be a spinel, it could be a piece of glass. I just don't know. But it's really cute. This also has a box chain. It's a little tinier. It's in perfect shape. It's perfect for this pendant. This is $9.25, and it says $9.25 Italy and an R up at the top. I'll show you the spring ring clasp. Isn't that pretty? This is in great shape. That is the front of this beautiful little heart. The stones are really, really pretty, and the pink is really pink, which is a ruby's color. There's the back. It has the SR, and then the 925 is right there, right there. Okay, so I think I'll put, let's see, let's put 14 on this one. I really like it. It is 18 inches. And sometimes and it's a spring ring clasp, so I think it might be a little bit older. A lot of times the older ones were all like 18 inches, except for the kid necklaces, and they were like 15, almost 16. Okay, this next one is really nice. It is on of course, a box chain. The box chain does say 925, and it is 925. And there is a cartouche on here that I cannot, I don't know what it is. It looks like a L and an N. I have no idea. The spring ring is 925. It's pretty cool. I love reading that stuff. This, to me, reminds me of an anchor. This is an artisan piece. To me, it reminds me of an anchor. It has an amethyst faceted, it's almost a cushion cut, like an older cut from back in the day. Not quite an Asher cut, but a round prong set cushion cut piece. And I do believe it is a bit older. I do not see a mark. So we might have to do a test on this one. I wouldn't want to sell it and people think it's not real. Okay, the bail up here does not say anything. It is actually part of the piece. You know what I mean? It was made with the bail. So I think what we're going to do is just grab this real quick. And we are going to do a testy test. Okay, come on. Let's do a good test. Look at that silver. Look at that shine. Okay? Because that's one thing I'm not trying to do is bilk the public. She was bilking the public. Okay, we'll show you the blue. So, this pendant is definitely sterling, and the chain is definitely sterling. Let me clean up my mess. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I know I am. I got to talk to my friend. She might be moving here. I'm so excited. Might get to go get her. That would just, that would make my day. You know, as you get older, friendships are really hard to come by, and people start falling off, if you know what I mean. Either they leave, move out of state because they've retired, they're gone with their husbands, you know, or they're just not here, if you get my drift. So, to have a good friend is a wonderful thing. Okay, this is Amethyst. Like I said, it is a beautiful piece. My grandson is a Pisces, but he was born in February, so he is Amethyst, and I asked my daughter if she wanted it, and she doesn't. She's not at that age yet that would appreciate this Amethyst artisan piece. This is beautiful. This is heavy. So I'm not going to go overboard on this one. It's really, really pretty. We're going to do 25 on it. It is really pretty, guys. Okay, this next piece will be a Halloween piece. And I'm sorry I still have it, but I'm going to show it again. I thought somebody might think it was cool for Halloween. This is from Cimber, Cimber. They had like a catalog of things. This is sterling. All of this is sterling, except I do believe that this is hematite. Okay. I don't know. It's like a divining. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, it's pretty cool. I don't care for that, but that's okay. So we've got the sterling, and then we've got the sterling there, and then this says Cimber. I don't know if that's a British company or what, but it says Cimber. And I'm going to put 12 on it. So if anybody's interested in it, they're going to be a witch, they're going to be a vampire, anything like that. This would be perfect. Okay? And it is 16 inches. The next piece is a piece I have had for a long time. This is a Mexican piece. It actually has 925, so it's not ancient. But to me, this is like one of the coolest pieces I have ever seen. This glass encased sterling spider is on a tiny piece of like rug, like a little woven piece of, almost looks like a, you know, like a piece of a, I don't know, a piece of a rug. You can see the fibers. And on, this is the back. Let me show you the back first. This is the back. It is the coolest thing. And then we have glass. This is glass. It's not plastic. I'm pretty sure it's glass. Then we have the sterling around the edge. Then you turn it over and bam. Now, is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Yeah, I was so shocked by it. I couldn't wait. When I saw it, I bought it. I bought this in a store in Lafayette, antique mall. No, I bought this in an antique store, little bitty antique store. It came with this snake chain. Has an older lobster on it. Let me see what it says. This is a thick snake. This says 925 Italy. The clasp has that little tiny bit, 925. Same thing on the other side. You can see how thick this is. This is sterling. It's thick. The bail is nice on this one. Don't remember if it says anything or not. Let me look real quick. It's very pretty. I'm talking about the snake chain. It's really pretty. Nope, I don't see anything on the bail, but it does have 925. It does have a little tarnish on it, but I think it gives it a lot of character. I actually wiped this off, just so you could see how shiny. And this, being behind the glass and enclosed, does not tarnish because it's not getting to the air. So this will stay silver. And there, now you can see the thickness of the snake chain. Very appropriate for the spider and the snake. Get it? This is almost 15 inches. And it's to about 18 with the pendant. And this little guy will be 22. And I hate parting with it for that little bit of money, but that's how it goes. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're not quite near enough. Might have to do a second one a little later. This is, I mean, it would be number 4. This is the little twisted Singapore. It's the anklet with the baby dolphin on it. And I thought to myself, if nobody wants this, I'd use the dolphin for my charm. But I'd rather have somebody have this because I wear anklet all year round. This is exactly 9 inches. This is really, really pretty. And it's definitely marked 925. The charm is 925. You can even tell because it's tarnished. Let's see. Does it say anything? Let's see. No, but it sure is cute. Does not say. So let's see if it's going to be picked up. Nope, 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 nope. Just a spring ring right there. That's the only place. Okay. So on the anklet, let's put 12 on this anklet. Then we have a sterling charm. That's sterling and enamel. It is a darling heart. Look at that heart. And it came on this. Isn't that beautiful? And it's marked 9. It's there, but this, I think it's worn off. This rope chain is also very long, and it is an anklet, and it is 9.5. So, well, almost 9.5. Yeah, 9.5. So we'll put 14 on this one because the charm can come off and go on something else, and it is 925. So we will put these over to the side and try to finish up here. I'm hoping I can get this done. I'm not sure. We're moving right along. Okay, next we have earrings. I'm going to do it this way, so that way everything else we can do later on tonight. Oh, that's cute. Okay, these are Filigree Squares, 925. They have not been cleaned. They have sterling backs on them, and they are about 1/4 inch, and they are beautiful. Aren't those pretty? So they really need wiped. These could actually go into cleaner. I would never leave anything in cleaner very long. Just enough to dip it, bring it out, wipe it off. Let's put 12 on those. These are beautiful. These are probably hand etched sterling half dome. I'll show you the back here. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the etching on these. These are about a little less than 1 inch around. These would be so pretty. These would show up very well. So I think I'm going to put 15 on these. They're a little heavier. They are probably hollow, but they are thick. The piece, you know what I mean? It's not like a really thin tin type of thing. It's a little bit thicker, but they are not solid. I don't think you keep them in your ears. They'd be too heavy, but these are beautiful. So we'll do 15 on those, and the backs are here. They are pierced. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make sure those are completely straight before I sell them. I'm not selling these. I love these. Sorry. Okay, we have moonstone, kind of like my rings. My rings here. We have moonstone, guys. These are darling. I don't know why I didn't sell them before, get them sold before. These are too cute. They have a blue flash. Both of them. Show the flash. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there we go. Turn it this. Oh, okay. It's right there. That one is a bigger flash, I think. But anyway, they're kind of a horseshoe with some little dots of sterling. Show you the backs. Sterling backs. I don't think these say anything too specific, just 925. Yep, that's it. These are beautiful. I'm gonna put 14 on these. They're kind of heavy. They have the hole in the back, which is really good, especially with the stone like this, to get that light back through it and get that flash showing. Okay, those are beautiful. And they're about 1/4 of an inch. They're not very big. They're bigger than tiny studs, but they're not huge. Now we have some of my favorites, the hammered metal hoops. These are the kind of hoops we used to wear when I was young. You just put, let's see which side comes out. Okay, yeah, you can tell. You gotta really pull. Okay. That's how it works. You put them on, and just that little piece goes right back in. And here's this one. And these are heavier. They're not heavy. They're very nicely made. So it goes down into that hole. You can see they're thick, but they're, you know, they do have a hole in them. They're not solid. If they were solid, they'd be really heavy. Okay, get in there, baby. Hold on here. And you can tighten these up as you see fit. And I'm going to put 12 on these. These are nice. They are pretty. And you know how I like the hammered look. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let me lay them here. And turn them over. So you want the hammered side out, or you can have the more solid side out, however you want them. So these are about 1.5 inches. Yeah. Circle all the way around. So these are beautiful. For $12, you cannot go wrong. Okay. Next, I have a pair of beautiful hoops. These are kind of a medium hoop, thickness and size. I don't think they're solid, but they're nice. If they were solid, they'd be too heavy. These are right at 1 inch. These need to be polished a little bit. They do have a little bit of tarnish on them. They're a perfect size for everyday wear, and they are lighter. They're not heavy. So I'm going to put 15 on these just because they're bigger and there's a little more sterling to them. Aren't those pretty? Yeah, those are in great shape, guys. Okay, now, these are some of my favorites. I call them the bullets. Okay, they look like little bullets or little Hindenburgs or something. They are a little over 1 inch, and with the French hook, it's almost 2 inches. It's all sterling, even the hook. It actually is marked 925. These are not completely solid, but they're almost. So they are not heavy because they are a small, slender piece, but they are nice. These have not been cleaned, so they're in great shape. If you clean these, they will be a lot shinier, a lot silver, more silver. Okay, so I'm gonna put, let's put 14 on these. These are beautiful. Very pretty. Almost 2 inches with the hooks. Okay. Oh, I love these. Next we have the twisted hoops. These are beautiful. They hook down there. There's nothing wrong with them. They're in great shape. They are not heavy. They feel really good on. Get on there. There we go. There's that one. And then there's this one. And these can be like tightened up a little bit. These can be, you know, fixed to where they fit a little better if they're not going down into your ear quite right. These are really cool. These are a little over 1 inch circle, like I'm saying this one here. Let's see here. I don't get to mess around with it too much. It'd be like that necklace. Okay, let's see here. Hold on, guys. It's getting close to an hour. There we go. Okay. So now I've kind of fixed it a little bit, okay? So let's put 12 on these. These are in excellent shape. And they are an everyday set. You know, I mean, they're just not super fancy, but they're nice enough to wear all the time. Okay. Oh, these are so cute. Oh, you know what? These are, yeah, I jumped out the whole thing, didn't I? We've got some more hoops here. They're so cute. And these also have the, when you hear them click, you know they're shutting correctly. That one's already shut. There we go. These are really pretty. They are a little bit thicker. They have a nice weight to them. They are about 3/4 of an inch. Not quite an inch, as you can see. These are beautiful. You would pay probably $40 for these in a store. Solid sterling. These probably are not completely, you know, they might be hollow, but they're not super light. They're in great shape. See, they're kind of weighty, but not bad. Let's put 12 on these. Guys, we're moving right along. The Mickeys I'm not selling. I don't know why they're in here. Mickey Mouses. Mickeys. Okay, these are so cute. These are so cute. These are all sterling, even the hooks. These to me look like little Hershey Kisses. These are just little babies. But they're fun and they're darling. They could go in a second hole in your ear, or they could just be something you wear every day. I would suggest putting a little plastic, you know, one of those little rubber stoppers on the back, just so you don't lose them. And I'll put 10 on these. They are actually marked on the hook, and they are right at 1 inch. And I just think they're cute. They remind me of Hershey Kisses. Isn't that sweet? Okay. And I think we're almost done. What is that? Oh, Cactus. Where's the other one? Then we have some Cactus Studs. And they are sterling. And they are cute as a button. Look at that. Yeah, I love those. So, they're tiny. And I will put, let's put $8 on the little cactus. Aren't they cute? Love them. Then we have these little discs. These are funny. I'm not real sure about these. I know they're sterling, but they're just so funny looking. They're like little, I don't know. Very artisan look to them. They're so cool. I'll show you the back. That's the back. Nice sterling backs. Let's do 8 on these also. And they're marked, I do believe. Let me check, guys. Well, the backs are, but not so much on that. But I'll show you they do not stick. So, let's do 6 on these. I think they're cool, but we'll do 6. Okay, these little hoops right here, I'm thinking about keeping these and putting them, because I have more than one hole in my ear. I didn't say in my head, I said in my ear. So I think I'll keep those and clean them up and maybe put them in the other 2 holes in my ears, in my head. So that we got through those. Let's see what else. Where are we at on time? I'm going to do, no I'm not. I'm going to stop here in a minute and we're going to have a part 5. Oh my God. Oh guys, I am so sorry. I have so much stuff. Okay, let's do these bracelets real quick. Let's get through these and then I think we'll be okay. All I have is a few rings, some pendants, some vermeil, which is like gold over sterling. I have a little set I have that sterling from the other day, like the little fish, the bone fish. And then I have a bunch of necklaces. And then I have a surprise necklace. Okay. So let's finish these real quick. This is gorgeous. This is like the mesh work. I know you guys have seen me wear this, but it's just too big. Like I said, if nobody wants this, what I will do is trade out the clasp. We'll take this great big huge clasp off and find, and since it's mine, I could do just a little spring ring. It doesn't have to be sterling. And hook it on there and make it shorter. So let's see how much shorter I could make it if I took off this clasp. So it would be 6.5, and I wouldn't want to go any farther because this is probably a bit over 7 inches. So I could do that, but I want to sell it. So this is beautiful. This is, I don't even know how to explain how pretty this is on. This needs to be wiped down, but it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. Okay. So, and look at the honker of a lobster there. All right. And it is marked 925. It is marked right here. Somewhere. I was telling my daughter I can't wait till The Wizard of Oz comes on. I don't know why. 925, and it does have something written here. It says star 677AB. Don't know. I'm sure that has something to do with the manufacturer. And then 925 on the lobster. So this is a nice heavier piece, but it's beautiful to wear. It feels good. It's like kind of silky. And I will put 18 on that. Okay. Next we have the hearts. I think I've showed this one before. It is hearts on a chain on both sides, very filigree looking. The back is even beautiful on this one. This has the small spring ring, so I would probably switch these out. And I'm just telling you this for ideas for you guys. You could go to your jeweler and say, could you put this one on that and that one on this? That way they don't charge you all this money for doing all this other stuff. You know, put a totally new one on there or shortening it somehow. And yeah, that's 60 bucks. And if you can't do it and all they have to do is take a ring off, just stand there and watch them do it. I'll probably charge 10 bucks at the most. Okay, this heart one is very, very pretty. It is right at 7 inches. It is marked. Somewhere. Wait a minute, I just saw something. But this is so pretty. And it's, you know, it's got some weight to it. It's kind of that chainmail type of thing on the back. It's just gorgeous. So the spring ring, and I do think this is an older piece. Come on. 925 A something. Like I said, I get a kick out of reading these things, but so many of them I don't know. The spring ring has 925 on it, of course. So between these two, these are both just gorgeous pieces. Isn't that pretty? I think I'll put 18 on this one also. Next we have a little small, little shiny. It needs to be cleaned a little bit if you won't like it shiny, otherwise it could stay this color. The little disc that are connected with kind of just the chain link here, one link at a time. I think this is no, it doesn't say. Okay, these are actually more of a heart shape than I thought. Hold on, let me look here. This says 95 Italy, and then there is some type of cartouche. Almost like a 3-leaf clover. And I think the spring ring is marked also. Yes, 95. Let me see. Yeah, those are little bitty hearts. So this one actually hooks on any of these, and this one here ends it. So you would hook it here. So I will start it at where this hook, where this, yeah, right there. And it is 7 1/4. And it is cute as it can be. And I'll show you that last little link there. And it's a heart. So these are cute. So it's 7 1/4. You could make it a little bit shorter because you'd just have to go up 1 heart and clasp it there. So it'd be between 7 and 7 1/4. And let's put 14 on that. Solid sterling, you know. Okay, this one is cute. This has like a deeper blue stone, and it's cold, of course. It's faceted. I'm not sure. You know, it could be a colored quartz. It could be a smoky topaz. You know, it just could be so many different things. And this has a J on it. And I don't know, and it's sterling. I don't know if it's for the person that made it or, you know, personalized. This is Danique, D-A-N-I-Q-U-E. And it is sterling, and it's really cute. Okay, the clasp is a lobster. It is marked, I'm seeing if it's marked right here. Yes. 925 on the clasp part. So this is really pretty. I'll show it to you. It is thinner, but it's nice because it's bigger. And I don't think the J really has anything to do with anything, and I do believe you can just turn it over if you don't like the J. This is longer. This is approximately, this could go all the way to 8 inches. It really stops at 7, and then you have an inch extender. It is sterling, and I will put 10 on it. I think it's really cute. Okay? All right, we do have probably 10 necklaces left, 6 or 7 pendants, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings, and a few other things. So I think we will do one more, and I might do it here right now, and we'll go ahead and get this uploaded, and we will get everything done. And like I said, I will go ahead and invoice tomorrow evening, or tomorrow, and payment is due Monday evening for the sterling. Okay? And then we'll get back on the groove of, you know, doing just all different kinds of jewelry. And I think my specialty is going to end up being sterling, is what I'm thinking. I wanted it to be vintage, but it is so hard for me to get a lot of vintage and not spend $300 or $400. I don't know what's happening with that, but it's just, you know, it's craziness. So, you guys have a good evening. If I do come back, I will do it very soon after this video comes up. You will see another one. So this is part, what is this, part 4? No, this is part 3. Duh. This is part 3, and then we'll probably have the part 4 here very soon. So you guys have a wonderful evening, get some rest, have a wonderful Sunday, and we will talk to you soon. Stay blessed and stay well. Talk to you soon. Bye.